So last week we talked about mangoes and oranges, and what we meant was people who have single seeds and people who have multiple seeds. So people who can do one thing very well, can't do so many other things or any other thing very well, but other people who have multiple seeds and can do many things at the same time. Understanding the times and the seasons is critical to being able to apply your talent and your seed appropriately. Knowing that within a certain period of time, this particular seed which is inside of me needs to be activated is crucial to being able to maximize that seed in your life. The second thing that you need to understand is domains. Some seeds are within a primary domain and some others are within the secondary domain. And what I mean is this: if you understand how primary actors and supporting actors in movies works, you'd realize that there's a main character and then there are other characters in the movie that support that character to make the movie what it becomes eventually. One of those seeds that you have is very much the dominant seed. When it comes to secondary seeds, you realize at a certain point that that is not your primary area of dominance. Even though you have some level of skill and talent within that area, you know that you don't own that space as much as people who that is their primary area of dominance. And what that means is the same way I talked about the main actor and the supporting actors, is that certain seeds are meant to support you in life. They're not necessarily going to be the main thing that you will do in life, but eventually they're going to help you or support you in achieving what God has designed and purposed for your life. What we need to realize is that none of our seeds should be left dormant. They should all be active. That is a very huge ask for people who are oranges, because you have so many seeds. Though those seeds are meant to be active at all times, there's one thing that you are the best at. There's one thing that nobody competes with you. Nobody comes even close to you when it comes to that particular thing. That is your primary domain. Every other seed you have is a secondary domain. It is a supporting actor. Now, it doesn't mean that if you decided to pour all your time and energy into any of those other ones, you wouldn't succeed. But what you must realize is that those areas or those things are going to help you achieve what your primary purpose in life is. There was a time when I was younger, I watched Bill Clinton when he was campaigning for his election many years ago. He went on national television, and what he did was astonishing. He went and he played the saxophone. He played it so well, and because of the way he played it, and because of people prior to him had not really done anything like that, he just sort of warmed up the hearts of people. Now, I'm sure that skill was in him, and he had been playing it probably as a hobby at home, or it was something that he learned while he was in school, or one of those things. Now, obviously, that was a supporting seed that eventually helped him, because after that particular event or that particular talk show I watched, we heard that a lot of people became very fond of him, and people began to warm up towards him. And all of those things, you would imagine, came because he was able to play a saxophone on live television. Something as subtle as that sort of could have won him easily 100,000 votes or whatever number it helped him win. So you can imagine that a seed that you might think is redundant at a certain point will eventually, well, because he was honing those skills, that seed can eventually help you in your journey to becoming who God has ordained you to become. So every single seed you have is important, but not every single seed is your primary seed, is your primary domain. Not every seed is the primary area for which your purpose is molded towards. However, each one of them is going to help you achieve that purpose. So one, you must understand the seasons and the times, and understand how you can build and empower yourself with the seeds you have, and develop that seed and sow the seed rightly. But secondly, you must also understand domains. You must understand which seed lies within your primary domain in terms of your purpose, and which seed lies in your secondary domain, which is more of a supporting actor in your journey in life. And once you understand the difference between these two, you'll be able to appropriate your seeds effectively in order to achieve the best results.